Hi everyone, I'm Maggie Weldon from maggiescrochet.com, and every once in a while in crochet there are these defining moments, and I really think that this board is one of them. This is so beautiful. I just love this. I've just been walking it around the office, and this is to introduce a series of flower videos that we're doing here on YouTube. And we're going to do videos on every single one of these flowers, and then there's going to be several other flowers also. And most of these were done with worsted weight yarn, and all different brands of yarn were used for this. And I just think it's really beautiful. Look at this. And so it's a great way to use up scraps. And this one flower down at the bottom, let me see, I gotta go this way. The pink one here, I made it big enough so you could actually put like a little votive candle in the middle. And you could use these like to decorate scarves or hats or just anything, placemats, anything. I just love these things. So anyway, well, we're going to take you to a close-up lesson, and Christina is going to show you how to make the flowers. And please, please, please subscribe to our channel and like and share our videos because it really helps us out a lot. Thanks a lot for watching.
Hey guys, it's Christina from Maggie's Crochet, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this Dutch iris. This is a fun little flower. It's very 3D. Sometimes the flowers we do are more of like an applique sort of pattern, but this one, as you can see here, has this nice thick stem. So this would be beautiful to make a whole bouquet of. Thread a little florist wire through there and have a lovely bouquet. So this pattern is made with worsted weight yarn and a size F5 crochet hook, which is what I'll be using today. If you would like a smaller or larger flower, you can adjust your yarn and hook size accordingly. You will need 3 different colors for this. You'll need some yellow for the center of your petals, your main petal color. Irises come in a good variety of colors, probably mostly purples and some blues, but you can, have whatever color iris you like. And then you'll need some green for the base here that holds it all together. All right, let's get started. So this iris has 2 different sized petals. We're going to make 3 small petals and 2 large petals. So for the small petal, you'll start by chaining 10, like I've done here. Slip stitch in the second chain from the hook. So skip this first one. Here's my second one. Just dig right in there. Slip stitch. And then we'll single crochet in the next 7 stitches. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and that should leave you with 1 final chain there. Now, I'm going to take a minute to say an F hook is usually a little smaller than what you normally use for worsted weight yarn. So if you are picking a different weight of yarn, pick a hook that's a little smaller than the recommended hook, because we want this to be worked up nice and tight. This is one crochet project that tight is good. Alright, so we've done 7 single crochets there. In the next chain, this very last one here, we're going to do 2 single crochets, 1 and then another in that same chain, then chain 3, and do 2 more also in that same chain. And you kind of want to turn and have those stitches be upside down now, because we are turning around our starting chain, just like that. Now, working in the remaining loops from our foundation chain, we're going to do 7 single crochets. So if you look at this, there's a single crochet we did on the previous chain. You can see here the 2 loops that we did not work into. So now I'm going to take my hook, go under those 2 loops, and work my single crochet. And what I kind of do is end up mirroring those first single crochets I did. So in the next stitch, I'll go under those 2 loops, single crochet all the way down. 5, 6, and 7 is our last single crochet. And then in this last stitch here, we are going to do just a slip stitch, just like that. And then you can finish off your yellow. There we go. Now you'll take your purple or whatever color you're using for the petals. Go ahead and get that on your hook with a nice little slip knot. And we're going to attach this in the last stitch worked. That's that last slip stitch. So just take your hook, go right into that stitch, grab a loop, pull it through the loop already on your hook, and that way we're nice and attached. So we're going to skip, working around the side, we're going to skip this first slip stitch, and in the single crochet we're going to slip stitch in that. So just go right into the top of the single crochet, grab a loop, pull it through the loop already on your hook. Then in the next 3 single crochets we'll do 1 single each, 1, 2, and 3. In the next single crochet we'll do a half double. A half double starts like a half. You'll yarn over, insert into the stitch, grab a loop, pull it through. You have 3 loops on your hook at this point, and you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 of them at the same time. In the next 4 single crochets you'll do 1 double crochet each. So for a double crochet you'll yarn over, go into the stitch, grab a loop, pull it through. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over and pull through the remaining 2. So that's 2 doubles. I need a total of 4. And then after that you're going to do 3 triples in this chain space right here. So for a triple you're going to yarn over twice. You're going to go right under that chain. Don't worry about working into it, just go right underneath it, grab a loop, pull it through. You have 4 loops on your chain at this point, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then we're going to do another one, 2 more. Yarn over twice, insert into the space, grab a loop, pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then 1 more triple crochet. Then we'll chain 2, and then we're going to work 3 more triple crochets into the same space. So that's little chain space here is going to have a total of 6 triples or treble crochets worked into it by the time we're done. And you may find that you need to kind of pinch those last stitches and kind of pull them over a little bit to give yourself room to work the last couple. And if you need to do that, that's totally fine. Alright, so there's that. In the next 4 stitches, we're going to just do 1 double per stitch. So now we're kind of mirroring back what we did on the other side. Make sure it's nice and symmetrical. Alright, there's 4. In the next one, again, we'll do a half double, so yarn over into the stitch, grab a loop, pull it through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Then a single in each of the next 3, 2, and 3, and then slip stitch in the next stitch. And we'll chain 1 and turn. It's okay that we're not joining here because this is the end that's going to get stuck down into our little, into the center of our flower, so you'll never see this end right here. Chain 1 and turn, skipping the first slip stitch right here, slip stitch in the next 4 stitches, so we're going to skip that one. In the next one, slip stitch 1, 2, 3, and 4. In the next 2 stitches, we'll do a single crochet each. 1 and 2, half double in the next, double in the next 2, 1 double and 2, 2 triples in each of the next 2 stitches. So again, yarn over twice, go into that stitch. So there's 1 triple, we're going to do another one in the same stitch, and then 2 in the following stitch as well. There you go. Then in the chain 2 space here in the middle, you're going to start with 3 double trebles. For that, you're going to yarn over not once, not twice, but 3 times. Go right underneath that chain again, grab a loop, pull it through. You have 5 loops on your hook at this point. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. And that is a double treble. It's just a little bit taller than a treble. So we need 3. That was 1. Again, yarn over 3 times, down under the chain there, grab a loop, pull it up. You have 5 loops on your hook. And then just yarn over and pull through 2 until you only have 1 loop. So we need 1 more here. I'm going to speed up a little bit now. There you go, 3 double treble crochets. Then you will chain 2 and work 3 more double treble crochets in the same space. So again, I'm going to do these a little bit faster just for time's sake. If you need to rewind and watch that part again, you absolutely can. All right, so in this space right here, we have worked 3 double trebles, 2 chains, and then 3 more double trebles, all in that same space. And then we'll work down the other side again, mirroring what we did to start. In each of the next 2 spaces, we'll do 2 trebles, then a double crochet in each of the next 2, half double in the next, single crochet in the next 2, slip stitch in the next 4. Any stitches left over you can leave unworked and just fasten off your work. And that is 1 small petal. You need a total of 3 of these. The large petal is it's worked very similarly. It uses the same techniques. You'll chain, that one starts with 12. You'll work down one side and then work back up the other side of the chain, just like we did here. You're just gonna have a couple extra stitches. Attach your purple, work around, increasing your stitch size and then back down, and then the second round increasing your stitch size again and then back down to the end. Again, the points of your petals, the part that goes in the center, it's not going to be that pretty, but that's okay because we're going to cover all that up. To make the green part, start with your green. Start by chaining 6, then we're going to join this to form a ring. So take your hook, go into the chain stitch furthest from your hook, grab a loop, pull it through, pull that through the loop already on your hook, and you've created this lovely ring we can work into now. We're going to work 6 single crochets into this ring, so go ahead and chain 1 and then go right under that ring and work 6 single crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You may find that you need to kind of grab the stitches you've already done and kind of shimmy them over to make room for the remaining stitches. There we go, that should be 6. And unlike sometimes when we do crocheting in the round, we're not going to join this. We're going to take our handy dandy stitch marker and mark the last stitch of each round. So here's my last one. I'm just going to take this, go right under there. I love these because they lock like that. All right, so you've got 6 single crochets at the end of round 1. Round 2, we're going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch around. So just go right into that first one to start. Again, this is a smaller hook size than we usually use with worsted weight yarn, so they might be a little bit tight. So once we do 2 in each stitch around, we'll have a total of 12. In the next round, we are going to increase a little bit, but what you'll do is you'll do 1 single crochet in one of each. In the next 3 single crochets, you'll do 1 single crochet each. Then in the one following that, you'll do 2. So 3 single crochets per stitch, or 3 single crochets, 1 per stitch, 2 in the next one. All the way around, and at the end of that round, you'll have 15 single crochets. Round 4, you're just going to do 1 stitch per stitch around, so again, you'll have 15 single crochets. And then for rounds 5 through 8, you're just going to keep working straight, 1 stitch per stitch, so you'll always end those rounds with 15 single crochets. And remember, this goes in the last stitch of each round. So once you finish round 8, then you can finish this off, and then using the tails at the ends of your petals, you can just sew them right into the center of here. And it will kind of see how it hides all of those not so pretty ends of our petals. Well guys, I hope this video has been helpful to you. If you have any questions about this project, you can certainly ask them down in the comments. I'll do my best to help you out. And in the description, you will find the links to everything you need for this project. Thanks for watching.
So I'm going from this side to that side, and I'm going to pick up my yarn and draw that up and then finish my double crochet like so. If you do, let's say I've seen scarves made with only pulling 5 loops through, and they look amazing. They're really cute. They come out